Yay! What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone had a legendary day. I know that we all had a nervous but legendary Sunday. Um, want to welcome everybody to Niner Faithful Review with something pretty dope and awesome. If I can find it, here we go. We got our For the Faithful by the faithful. It's football day. And then, even though it's not Monday, your boy's rocking the iHeart Victory Mondays. Make sure to get yours at ninerfaithfulradio.com/shop. But before we get to reviewing the Niners Lions games today, we want to remind everybody to listen to the show to get a coupon to save 10% off of For the Faithful by the Faithful shirts available at ninerfaithfulradio.com/shops. These two are just two of the many designs that we have there. Get your officially licensed Niner gear by using our affiliate link. You save 10% and it also helps out the show. The link will be available in the description of this video or podcast. Go to ninerfaithfulradio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to Niner Faithful Radio and follow Niner Faithful Radio on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio and on Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, faithful of all ages, let's get the show started. What's cracking, everybody? How you doing? So, as you see, we got Jason on the screen right now. What's up, Jason? How you doing?
How's it going, everybody?
We're doing legendary, brother. So before we get started with the show, unfortunately, we do have to start with sad news and announce the passing of former Niner linebacker Paris Harrison. The San Francisco 49ers are extremely saddened to learn the passing of Paris Harrison at the age of 37. A former linebacker for San Francisco 2006 through 2012, Harrison also served as the team's director of player engagement for 2 years through 2016 through 2017. The Niners said in a statement, the 49ers are heartbroken and shocked by the news of Paris's tragic passing. Paris was a beloved member of our organization that lived life with an extraordinary amount of passion, joy, while living an remarkable mark on everyone he came across. We extend our condolences to Paris, his family, loved ones. A 9-year NFL veteran, Harrison played for 118 games, 88 starts, registered 380 tackles, 28 sacks, 5 fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles, and 5 passes defense. He was originally drafted by the Niners in the 5th round, 140th overall of the 2006 NFL Draft. In 7 seasons with the 49ers, Harrison played in 86 games, 68 starts, and tallied 295 tackles, 21 and a half sacks, 4 fumble recoveries, 3 forced fumbles, and 4 passes defensed. Just a really, really sad news to hear. I was telling Jason off air, and I'll go ahead and share a quick story with y'all. I was bringing my daughter to Levi Stadium to go to the 49er team store one time, and they were closed for inventory. And I felt hella bad because, me and my daughter walked hella far to try to get to the team store, and it was pretty much for no reason. So I told my daughter, I was like, well, you know what, the Niners practice right here, Princess. Let's see if we could look in and maybe see if we could see Cap or something and see if he'll come over and say hi. And I seen Paris, and she was like, Daddy, is that a Niner? I was like, I don't know. Let's see. So I was like, "Hey, Brad, do you play for the Niners?" And he walked over and he was like, "Oh, I used to." I was like, "What position you play?" And he was like, "Linebacker." He goes, "I was number 98." And I was like, "Oh, Paris Harrison." So I was like, "What's cracking, Brad? Nice to talk to you." And like, he chopped it up with my daughter and I for a second. And, just was a really cool dude, really was engaged with my daughter and everything. And, you could tell she was hella scared because he's like 8 billion times her size, you know, but he was really cool and really gentle and was really sweet to her and everything. So definitely very sad to hear about his passing.
Yeah, definitely. Condolences to his and his family. Everything I've read about him off the field is that he was just like a really cool dude. Cared about everybody, kind of thing. So you know, it always sucks. I haven't heard what happened to him though. I don't know if did it say anything on that.
I think it was nothing has officially been released, but what I heard through a podcast, y'all have to forgive me for not remembering. I listen to so many freaking podcasts, but apparently he died in his sleep.
Oh,
C.J. Spillman, former Niner C.J.
yeah.
Spillman, had
Okay.
apparently said something like that on social media. But definitely sad to hear, and we
So
definitely
young.
are
He's only
so
37,
young. I mean, I was just telling Jason, I was like, bro, that's only a year and a half older than me. I couldn't
and I'm
imagine.
42, so it's only 5 years younger than. So it's not like I'm too far off of that number.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't imagine, being dead in a year and a half, man. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, obviously, on to the very awkward transition from, real life situations to football life situations. But as everyone I'm sure knows, Niners won 41-33 to improve to 39-28-1 overall against the Lions, including 15-18 on the road. Niners have now won 18 of the last 21 regular season matches ups, matchups, and 11 of 12 overall. Shanahan is 2-0 versus the Lions. 21 half point half lead was the third biggest in a season opener in franchise history. 21 points, or I'm sorry, 25 points at Dallas in 2014 was the most. 41 points is the third most in franchise history to open a season. The most was 49 in 2003 against Chicago, and the 31 points were the most by a team in the first half since scoring 35 points in the first half versus the St. Louis Rams in November of 16th of 2018. Um,
It's the most by any Shanahan team that he's coached too.
yeah. First in the first half by any Shanahan team as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I overskipped that note. Um, and I want to say, oh wait, no, that's a later note. So, Jason, you and I had came on Friday and discussed it. Pretty much, we figured this game would be like it was, at least the first half. I believe that we have to break down the game in almost two parts. The really the first three quarters, really the first three and a half quarters, and then finally the last 6 minutes.
Yep.
Uh, First three quarters. I mean, we're going over the notes here. Um, what can you say? Obviously, we know about the fumble, the first series of the
It went
game.
according to plan.
But literally after that, we literally were not unstoppable. Um, Here is a list of the drives. My bad. Okay, it's this one. It should be this one. Um, why is my mobile hotspot always screwing up? Anyway, I know we scored on the rest of the four drives within the first half. So the offense was literally unstoppable. Raheem looked legendary. Uh,
Well, for two
in
carries.
the two, yeah, I'm saying the two carries we saw him and everything, and you really felt. Trey got in for a couple plays. We saw the layup. We to Trent Sherfield. Um, I mean, that's Kyle Shanahan at its best. Um, Takeaways from the first half, Jason.
Like you had said, everything pretty much went according to plan. Offensively, there were some issues on the defensive side, I thought, but for the most part, offensively, they couldn't stop anything. We pretty much did as we wanted. Did you? I don't know. Did anybody else see the play where Kittle pancaked two players at one time? I have never seen that before in
To
any
me,
time of my life watching football where you pancaked two players, and he did it. Think about it. That's not even you would expect that out of like McGlinchey, Williams, anybody. No, that comes out of our tight end. That's how good he
yeah,
is.
no. George Kittle looked in midseason form. I mean, George Kittle looked amazing. I know he finished. I want to say it was 4 out of 5. He caught 4 out of 5 targets.
Yeah,
Or I
he had
think it
like
was like
78
78,
yards.
78 yards and
Yeah.
everything like that. Very Kittle core type of game. Um, the first player I want to touch on is Jimmy. I thought there
Good.
were so many things. He looked exactly what Jimmy we need Jimmy to look like. He has his sixth career passing 300-yard passing game as a member of the Niners. The Niners are 6-0 in games that Garoppolo throws at least 300 yards, and his 6 games of 300 or more yards passing are tied for the fourth most in seven and fourth most in franchise history. There was another one, but to me, this is what I really got away, and a stat that makes me fired up about what I saw from Jimmy. Um, he was only pressured on 7 of his 27 dropbacks. Big shout out to the offensive line for that. We'll get to them here in a second. Um, but he was had a perfect quarterback rating when under duress, completing 4 of 5 passes for 112 yards and 1 touchdown when under pressure. He was also 5 of 5 for 184 yards and a score on throws of 15 yards plus downfield. Um, that's amazing.
Look good.
Now I know it's not, oh my God, Jimmy slinging the rock, big bombs down the field or anything like that, but it's what we did. He evaded the rush, and ultimately I think that what you're getting from Jimmy Garoppolo is what you saw on the Debo touchdown, which is
Yeah.
Jimmy knew he was going to get hit. This is where I believe Trey isn't ready, because Trey doesn't know the offense at the level that Jimmy knows the offense. Jimmy knew exactly where his hot read was, knew the blitz was coming. Jimmy has the toughness to stay there and get rocked. Okay, Jimmy got
He took
rocked,
a shot on that play.
right? And you know what? Yeah, okay, it wasn't the prettiest pass. You could say he was trying to throw it, underthrow it, whatever it was. He gave Debo an opportunity to make a play.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you hear people say, "Give your I gave my player a chance to make a play"? Give your playmaker. Debo was the best. The Debo, I would say, was the best player on offense yesterday. He's not going to get our Kittle Corn MVP of the week, um, but I'm going to give it to somebody else. Y'all will see that here in a little bit. But still, and I did not give it to him because of the fumble. And we'll touch that in a moment. But to me, especially after what we saw with BA pretty much being in the doghouse, um, he was our best player on offense yesterday. Debo was our best player on offense yesterday, but Jimmy was. I believe if Jimmy plays like that for 13, 14 games this regular season, I don't believe that we can't go 13-4, win the division, get a number 1 seed, and be trying to party with the Lombardi. If Jimmy's going to play like that,
Yeah. I mean, this is a Jimmy, like I said, this is this very when Jimmy got hot in the end of 2018, or 2017, and, then going through 2019. This is the Jimmy we all wanted to see. And had Jimmy played like this last season, we would have never had this Trey talk. The problem is he got hurt. So, but yeah, Jimmy was playing very efficient. He got the ball. He only had 1 or 2 bad passes where I thought he threw him in the windows to where he just couldn't. It's like, look, you had no business throwing that ball. I think he was just feeling himself at that point, and just thought he could squeeze in and everything. But like I said, when Jimmy plays the way he does, it's efficient football. And then you have a running back like Mitchell who's just running it wherever he wants to go. this team is basically, that's what we want to do, and there's not many people that can stop us.
Yeah, no. Jimmy was literally the most efficient quarterback in
Yeah,
Week One.
yeah,
Literally was the
exactly.
most efficient quarterback in the Week One. I don't see, and so to me, I'm fired up. I will not call myself a Jimmy stan. Y'all, those who listen to the show know, yes, I am a Jimmy Garoppolo believer. I do believe we can win a championship with Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, I knew that we needed to upgrade the quarterback room, but I've been saying all since the day we drafted Trey Lance, I've been saying he needs to prove that he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. He needs to, and he did it in the preseason. Now, that's fine. You could say Jimmy all didn't look necessarily all that great, and Jimmy didn't play that much, but
Didn't play with all his weapons.
didn't play with all his weapons. But to me, I think what we also saw was that okay, fine. Jimmy didn't look that great in Week 1 last year against Arizona.
No.
Okay,
Has
fine.
he ever had a good game to start a season?
Yesterday, but
Okay.
before yesterday, no.
Yeah.
But yeah. Before yesterday, no.
Yeah.
But also, what I think we go ahead and got a comment. Hey, what's up, Victor? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for
What's
joining us
up,
today.
Vic?
Um, no. Also, um, I think ultimately what we just saw a more confident Jimmy Garoppolo. We saw a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo because
Say
for
that word
really
one more time.
a healthy Jimmy
Exactly.
Garoppolo. And so, I mean, look, I'm pretty sure, once we get into, I fell asleep listening to it yesterday, so I'm going to get into Better Rivals um, uh, podcast tonight, as well as a few others. But I'm pretty sure there are going to be plenty of throws that you can nitpick Jimmy's ball location and things like that. But I don't feel that Jimmy hampered the offense. I don't believe it was, oh, if he would have put that ball in a better place, this would have been a touchdown. I don't believe there were many of those throws, at least in the first half. Um, Let me see. We're going to go ahead and get on to Debo. Debo registered 9 receptions for 189 yards. I want to say it was something like 109 of those were
The yak.
were yak yards. One touchdown. His 189 are the career high and the most since Richie James had 189 versus Green Bay last year, and he has now had 5 games with 100 or your. Man, we appreciate that, Victor. Really do, bruh. Um, so Debo, an amazing game. I'm just gonna go ahead and run through a few more of these notes that I have here before we get over to the defense. Trent Williams had a PFF grade of 92.2 overall. Not only was the highest on the team, but also the highest of any NFL tackle.
Yep.
So far in Week 1, the left tackle did not
Money
allow
well spent.
He did not allow a single pressure in 55 total snaps. Williams finished the day with a 75.7 pass blocking grade and a 79.2 run blocking grade. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why Trent Williams is the highest paid tackle in NFL history. Thank God.
Would
Trent,
pay it again.
the silverback was doing silverback things. There was a couple plays where I just straight up saw him manhandling and tossing people around like rag dolls.
The amount of power that man has is stupid. I mean, and I know all offensive linemen are strong and this and that. He's on his own level. There's maybe 2 or 3 other tackles with that much strength in the league.
It's it's ridiculous. Trey Williams is just ridiculous. Okay,
The whole
so
offensive line is amazing.
yes, and it goes by obviously, and we'll get him. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's talk about the O line. Obviously, you can have when you have. Let me see the total rushing. I haven't seen the total. Damn it. Total rushing
131 or
130.
131 plus, yeah, 131.
131. So 131 yards rushing and only give up 7. I believe it was something like 1 sack and 7 pressures or something like that all game long. Now I know that on the touchdown pass to Debo, it was Mike McGlinchey that got beat, but I didn't see any glaring, just glaring holes. I felt the offensive line did perfectly solid. Jimmy was on under pressure a little bit, but I saw an improved O line. Jason, thoughts about the O line?
When you say improved, I'm going to say it didn't look like they were having the same mental mistakes that they were making last year. It was like, for who was sliding over to take who, who's moving over, any of that. Seems like the addition of Jones there in the middle, or Alex Mack. I don't know if it's Mac Jones. Yeah, Alex Mack. Looks like with him there controlling everything, putting everybody in the right spot. Again, probably one of the most underrated moves during the offseason. It's a center. Nobody cares about a center. But when you look at the communication and the way everything ran on Sunday, that's possibly the best move we made in the offseason, besides, including, signing Trent. He's
Yeah.
guiding everybody up there. He's putting them in the right spots.
No, I fully believe that. That is an excellent point right there, bro. And no false starts. The
I didn't
fumble
realize that
snap.
till yesterday. I think when I was
Yeah,
watching the stuff, I was like,
it was a pretty clean game. It
yeah, it
was a
was.
pretty clean game. And the muff snap, I'm not. That's on Jimmy. I'm not putting that on Alex Mack at all. So
No,
offensive line played
you can
amazing.
tell Jimmy pulled out too quickly.
Yeah. So offensive line played played amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into a little bit of a new feature that we got going on here right now, and get into our Kittle Corn MVP of the week. And it is Elijah Mitchell. Love it. So Elijah Mitchell, let's pull up the notes on him right now. Um, Making an NFL debut, he registered 19 carries for 104 yards, 1 touchdown. And with his 38-yard touchdown, he became the first rookie in franchise history the first rookie to register a rushing touchdown in his NFL debut since Carlos Hyde did it against the Crygroves in 2014. Um, He's also the first rookie to register in franchise history to register 100 rushing yards or more in their NFL debut. His 38-yard touchdown run was the longest by a rookie since Brandon Ayuk last year. And according to the Elias Sports Bureau, with Lance's touchdown pass and Elijah Mitchell's running score, the 49ers duo became the first rookies to register at least one touchdown pass and one rushing touchdown in their debut since the Washington football team's Robert Griffin III and running back Alfred Morris accomplished that feat in 2012. He is also the first running back since the merger in 1970 to fourth round or later to have 100 rushing yards in their NFL debut. The first running back taken in the fourth round or later to have 100 rushing yards and score
My
a touchdown
headset's
in their
messing up, so I
debut.
gotta leave and come back in.
So that is awesome, awesome, awesome to hear that. Yeah, amazing game by Elijah Mitchell. That's why he got the Kittle Corn MVP of the week. I mean, let's be real. He honestly, after Mostert came down, and with Sermon not active, um, look, he saved our ass. Um, no doubt about it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take our quick break right here while we get this issue worked out with Jason. Those who are listening, watching on Facebook and YouTube, you'll be with us. This Twitch commercials only on Twitch, but Where is it? Okay, there we go. Um, then we'll get into defense, talk about some concerns, and then we'll be back. All right. Um, all right, we got this. Okay, let me see how many people we have. We got 2 on Twitch. Interesting. 1 on Facebook. None on YouTube. Oi, 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 oi. Yeah, sorry, y'all. We kind of have to, suffer through this. Um, Try to see when Jason gets back. I'll refresh this so I can know how much time we actually have on the commercial. Um, I wish that we could run the commercials all at once. Um, I guess I didn't do the banners, huh? So let me do the banners. So make sure you listen to the end of the show. Get you 10% off. Go to cgi.com. Use the promo code Night of Faithful Radio. Save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets. Uh, that's our affiliate link right there. You'll see the link if you want to type it, or also it'll be available in the descriptions of the podcast and video. I get on Jimmy about that. Go to nineoffavorradio.com/subscribe. You see everywhere you can get the show, and that's our social media. All right, bro. We're
Hey,
on.
sorry about that. Everything just decided to not work all of a sudden.
Yeah, no. We're on a Twitch commercial for. Hold on, the page is loading, so we'll see. We're still live on YouTube and Facebook. I don't want to get into deep conversation, and then or did we even take the break? Okay, you know what? I don't even know if it freaking took the break.
It's going.
That's
I got
weird.
it up on my second screen.
Oh yeah, it's going.
Yeah.
All right, so they must be over because it's not showing.
No, it's on my screen. Well, I'm on commercial 6 of 10.
Okay. Whatever.
Say,
We'll
let's move
get
on.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna just move on and we'll figure it out later. Okay. Show subscriptions. We don't want those. So moving on to the defense. Okay, before we move on to the defense, I want to say this: Brandon Ayuk and Trey Sermon. First of all, it killed my fucking fantasy team. Luckily, I was able to drop.
Everybody was bitching about that.
Like, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Like, I don't really give a shit about fantasy, but you know, luckily I was able to get Trey Sermon out. Once the actors were out, I was able to put him on the bench.
Yeah.
But I mean, literally getting nothing for Brandon Ayuk freaking killed me. I mean, that was horrible. Are you concerned?
With them two?
Them two.
Well, we'll see what comes out, but the rumor going around is that the two of them missed curfew. And that was Shanahan's way of throwing them in the doghouse. Now, they're both obviously young guys. One game is not going to, or one bad decision like that is not going to derail your career, get you labeled, blah, blah, blah. But, I was more worried about it, like I said, just because, especially, it's the season opener. Come on, guys. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to knock you for one dumb mistake. But come on, I understand it. Maybe during like mid-season, towards the end, you're getting a little stir crazy. You want to go out, you want to kick it with everybody. Beginning of the season, come on, man, keep your mind straight. And when I heard Shanahan in the presser, when he kept saying a couple times that Brandon's got to learn how to be a pro. I was like, what is this all about? This doesn't make any because nothing was reported. And then it went to like I said, now there's rumors going around that two of them missed curfew. But
You,
maybe they just missed the taxi. Maybe the taxi. It could be that simple. We don't know.
yeah, my whole thing about this is the way I look at this is Brandon Ayuk started off on fire in camp,
Yeah.
and then kind of faded away. And I, and then I'll speak about Brandon Ayuk first, and then I'll give my thoughts on Trey Sermon. So look, I'm high on Brandon Ayuk. I do think he'll be a number one receiver. Um, what? I think that maybe, and we'll talk about it here when we get to the defense with a couple players that we got to see for on the field for the first time since last season. Um, since early last season. I think people kind of forgot how good they kind of just. It was so easy to look at BA as number one receiver and Debo as number two, or afterthought because BA was fresh in our mind. He played 12 games. He had a great rookie season. Debo didn't, but it would not surprise me if Debo ends up being number one and BA is our number two.
Yeah.
I think people forgot how damn good Debo really is as a receiver. I
Well,
think we
he
kind of
plays an
forgot.
odd. He's an odd receiver in that he's not your prototypical receiver, and that's
Yeah,
probably
definitely.
why.
And just this, he's a damn good receiver.
Yeah, he is,
Uh,
but he's just not your typical wide receiver. You know.
so do I think the BA is like this is not something I'm concerned about. I'm not down on Brandon Ayuk. I didn't drop him for my fantasy league, anything crazy like that. But this is something that I'm definitely putting a note on. And I'm definitely starting to say that if he has a disappointing season or we get to the bye week and he's been a disappointment, these might be things that start to add up.
Yeah,
You know, um,
it's just
now
one.
as
It's
far
just
as Trey
one time.
Sermon, now as far as Trey Sermon is concerned, um, look, we were all very clear I thought we were all very clear when we did our post game or our season preview show. We all thought Trey Sermon was going to be the team leader in
Yeah,
carries as far as carries was concerned. Um, I almost felt like he was number two running back. Just be not that he looked that great, but just because I didn't think anybody else looked that great in the preseason
draft pick status.
and draft status. But look for the one that for Elijah Mitchell to bring in doesn't necessarily surprise me. What surprised me is JaMychal Hasty and the fact that he just wasn't suited. That's what surprised me. Fine, you tell me Elijah Mitchell runs harder than him, was more like Raheem, or maybe even if you said, hey, look, uh, uh, we look at Elijah Mitchell to take over the Raheem role, especially with Raheem going to miss now. It's pretty much official, I think, that he will miss the remainder of the season.
Yeah,
Um,
Raheem's done.
yeah,
He's gonna
Raheem's
have
done.
surgery, so yeah, he's gone.
So yeah, he's gone for the season. I would have understood that if you're like, hey, look, Elijah Mitchell is the speedster, and so he's the one that we had take the Raheem role. But to not have Trey Sermon suited is a concern because honestly, I don't think he impressed all that much in the preseason.
He was hurt. I mean,
So going on to the defense,
hold on real quick
right?
because I got to get this
Yeah,
out about the offense. If you were one of those people sending Mostert death threats, go fuck
yeah,
yourself.
bro, come on,
Go
yeah, go
fuck
fuck yourself.
yourself. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like
We're kids. I know we're not supposed to cuss in case kids, but I'm sorry. This one, go fuck yourself if you're sending that shit. And if you're on any of our
yeah,
pages or anything, get the fuck off.
yeah, like we don't need
No,
we don't need all that
that's
in our
fucking.
lives, bro.
I fucking hate that bullshit on any team, on any players. Like, come the fuck
And
on.
you know what, bro? Like, look, I don't want to seem a hypocrite because as anybody who's followed the show well enough knows, I do have my fair of controversial takes. You know, I do have my fair share of takes that people think are bullshit or anything like that. But I mean, um, to send something to somebody's wife, bruh. I mean, I have a girlfriend, Jason. You're married. I'm not married, but I have a girlfriend who cares about me deeply and everything like that.
Bring it.
Yeah, anybody messages, my Queenie talking about how I need to go kill myself, we gonna have some issues. And one of
Well,
the
no, there won't be an issue. It'll be finished quickly.
yeah, it'll be very very simple. Um, and
Sorry, I
also
had to get that out because that was really pissing me
no
off
no of
yesterday.
course yeah no I think that we need to state where we stand as a show, as far as things like that are concerned. And you know what? Honestly, let's be real. Whoever that is, um, you know, let's be real, bro. It's real easy to say that behind a computer screen,
Right.
and I'll just leave it at that. You know, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the defense. Um, man, okay, let's see. We'll go ahead and we'll name it first. Give the Bam Bam MVP of
Gee, I wonder
the
who.
week. Um, Aziz Al Shair, 7 tackles, two pass defense, and um, two pass defense, and 2 tackles for loss. It's easy to give it to Bam Bam.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the Bam Bam MVP of the Week award, because you can give it to him every week. To me, Alziz, I felt he had real impact plays. To me, it's those two pass defenses broken up were huge.
Yeah, they were.
And the tackles for loss, and to me, it's if Aziz, who, let's be real, and did nice work as backup Mike, because once Bam Bam got taken off,
Yeah, he slid
he,
over.
he he was backup Mike. If we can have Aziz Shair play at this level, I'm saying this right now. If Aziz Al Shair can play at even 10% of this level on a consistent basis, week in and week out, we have the best linebacking core in football, and it ain't even close.
Yeah, if he stays at this level, this linebacking core is going to shut down everybody.
Like, it's
Just
it's
show me the weakness. If this is how, and he's always been good. It hasn't shown up every week, but he's always been a good player. But he definitely stepped it up this week.
I felt that if it was to me, it's if now obviously you could go Nick Bosa, you could go D Ford, you could go Eric Armstead, who according to PFF did have a
He
sneaky
did a good
good
game.
game. He had a sneaky good game. Much maligned Eric Armstead, but
I still don't think you got the best player in defense.
okay. Well, I'm open. I'm open to hear yours.
Lenore, Diamador Lenore.
Yeah, I was gonna give
To
it to
me,
I was gonna give it to Demo. I was gonna give it to Demo, but the PI.
I still think you have a rookie. You're out there in your first start. You play the most starts of anybody in the entire league. He was out there for 90 snaps, and to put on that kind of a performance, I don't think anybody else competes with him. Obviously, I
Yeah,
think he's going to be rookie of the week easily
yeah.
for the NFL.
I,
I don't think anybody else even came close to him.
I'm not racking my. I'm racking my brain, and I'm drawing up blank.
Yeah,
I
even
wanted to
on
say it was
offense,
something.
nobody.
It was 55 passing snaps, and he was targeted. I want to say like 3 times, and only gave up what
9 yards.
one catch for 3 yards.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was
one catch for
ridiculous.
3 yards, and had that one PI or whatever like that. But you know what? At the end of the game, this is I want to get into an honorable mention, and who actually I honestly debated on giving the Bam Bam defensive MVP of the week award to was Dante Johnson. But to me, at the end of the game, it was clear that the Lions were targeting Dante Johnson.
Oh
Very
yeah,
clear.
completely.
And Ambry
Why wouldn't
Thomas.
you? Yeah,
It was,
why wouldn't you?
but to me, that says a lot about Diamador Lenore. That says a
Yeah,
lot that you're looking at a 5th round rookie who, like you said, played more snaps than anybody in the NFL. So not even talking about a talent base, just
no,
of a simply energy base, of playing that many football snaps. The fact that they didn't target Diamador, I tip my cap to him. But mostly, great call on that, Jason. Mine, I ultimately want to say and stand on the table for, even though I didn't give him, ultimately did give it to Aziz, is Dante Johnson. Because, yeah, he gave up the touchdown. Yeah, there were some rough plays out there, but Dante Johnson could have cost us this football game.
Yeah, he didn't though. But yeah, he did. He
And
did
he
play his
did it.
butt off.
And
Probably
he
the best,
did.
some of the best football I've seen out of him since he's been on the team.
And so the fact that you could say, hey, they were clearly going after him. They're like, if we're going to win this game, it is going to be because of Dante Johnson giving up these plays. And he didn't.
They were lining up, singling him out one on one,
What?
every
They were
single player.
clearly
I mean, it was just
going after him. That last drive, the last drive.
Did he even throw it to the other side? No.
I don't even think they even targeted the other
Yeah,
side that last drive.
it was almost like having Vernette or Sherman there, where they're just not. We're like, well, look, we're not going to look at this side of the field at all. We're going to look at, he wasn't reading anything. He was waiting for that route to break, and then throwing it to to whoever was Johnson was covering, and he
Now with
stood his ground.
Diamador, there was one route he was beaten, and as Eric Crocker put it today on the Locked On 49ers podcast, it just was what they call that long foul ball, where the pitcher gives up a fat pitch that honestly just ends up. It was a home run, but it was just a foul ball.
Yeah.
That's it, what, but that's fine. I mean,
Well, like I said, after 90 plays, you're bound to give up something at
yeah,
some point.
and look, and I mean, if that's what you're nitpicking on your fifth round pick, shit, I'll take that every week.
Yeah. Let's look at our third round pick who played
Yeah,
like shit.
shit. Uh,
What is what? Man.
if this team, and I want to also give big props to the secondary as a whole. Look, I don't know where we're going forward without Jason Verrett.
Yeah.
You and I talked on off air. I mean, the offense better be better than the defense. This is going to be a concern. It is now. Hey, I'm happy to say that even though he did miss a field goal, my top concern of the year is already changed in week one because now it's clearly the secondary. Robbie Gould is an afterthought at this point, but I want to give them props because they could have easily folded, and it wasn't pretty, or obviously, but they held on and they got the job done. Big props to the secondary overall. I
Yeah,
thought
that
the
whole
secondary.
defense, when they started pulling him out, I heard Bosa in his presser. He was talking about how, he was taking off his tape. He was done. He
Yeah,
was, it was 38-10. I was done. Y'all know I do the sidecast for every game. I turned my stream off because I was like, look, I got this stuff to do. I got to get done. This game is done.
yeah.
The adrenaline had left.
I had posted. It was funny. I actually felt like a little bit of a hypocrite because the homegirl texted me, like, "Oh, go get what's today? Victory Sunday. Go get your victory ice cream." And yeah, your boy gets a pint of ice cream. I get a pint of ice cream usually, every Sunday. It's just usually, obviously I call it victory ice cream if it's a victory, and I call it,
You get the Haagen-Dazs after victories and the dollar store stuff.
No, it's usually Ben and Jerry's. I usually tend to go Ben and Jerry's. But actually, me and the girlie went down to this place called My Milkshake downtown. Actually, amazing milkshakes. But so I was telling her, no, it's not over. It's not over. I had even made posts about the promo code Victory Monday.
Yeah.
Being available now and everything with 10% off. Now expired, but so don't go use that promo code. It's expired. We'll give you one at the end of the show. Um, oh, never mind. I'll worry about it later. But anyway, yeah, it was done, and so yeah, it was a crazy game and everything like that. But you know what? Honestly, I'm glad it happened. Obviously I'm glad it happened because we got the win. And ultimately, look, I've been through some rough times with this Niner football team, so I'll never apologize for any win, and I'm never going to be too mad after any win. Yeah, now I did come on the post-game show with Brian and yourself I did say, yeah, look, I'll admit, if that's a better football team, yeah, we probably do lose that football game. If that was a
Yeah.
better football team. But ultimately, I'll
And
never be mad or apologize, for a win. But, I'm glad it was a slap in the face to say, hey, look, I mean, Debo himself even admitted it. He got too comfortable, and that's why he coughed up that ball.
yeah,
And goes to show to prove that there's nothing in there. So I
that game
wanted
was
to
sealed about 3 different times too. Debo,
well,
the kickoff return. I mean, so as much momentum as they had, there was two
yeah,
solid game or chances to seal that game, and then this whole narrative
that
doesn't
Debo,
exist.
that Debo one. Okay, let's break it down because the Kittle Core one, that's some fluke shit. Will never happen ever again in his career.
Probably not. No,
That was literally the most perfect onside kick I've ever seen in my
hit him
life.
right between the 8 and
Like
the
that,
5.
that literally is the best. It bounced up. And that literally is the most perfect onside kick ever.
Yeah,
Okay, so that one I'm not even mad at because that'll probably never happen again. The Debo fumble is what killed me. The Debo fumble is what killed
two
me
hands,
because that,
Debo.
yeah, that can't happen. That you got to have that rock tucked and you got to get down, first down, ball game over, let's go.
And the guy had a
That's the one
perfect
that killed
tackle.
me.
He
Yeah.
deliberately went after it, and that's why, like you
Oh,
said, you put two
great
hands
play
on
by
it.
him.
Yeah,
Great play by
wonderful
him.
tackle. Yeah,
Great play by him.
that's perfect. What you're taught,
And,
especially in
and
those moments, to go for the ball like that.
I know on YouTube we had a couple Lions fans commenting, and obviously my mama's side of the family is from Detroit. So I want to any of my family, which I doubt, but any of my family that is watching, I want to say, hey Lions, y'all got yourself a coach. I really honestly think that if they can hit on some picks, they can start adding some talent.
2 to 3
I would
years.
believe, yeah, I would believe in that coaching staff because they definitely did not quit. And so for a football season that we all believe the Lions are going to have, I think that's look. I remember being there in 2017 and 2018. You know, and so yeah, it's not the world's funnest place to be, but definitely, I would say they're going in the right direction. Now, I would believe through the course of my lifetime, generally speaking, and the history of the organization, they won't get the draft picks right, so they won't turn it around. But hey,
Well, that was what's
I
his name
mean,
when he was a GM and drafted like 10 wide receivers in the first round every year.
Matt Million.
Yeah, man.
Matt
Yeah,
Million. Matt Million. Former Niner. Former
yeah.
Super Bowl champion.
Should never be allowed
But
get to do draft picks ever again.
okay, so getting on to the D line, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. The defense totaled 27 total pressures, and 3 sacks against the Lion. Eric Armstead earned an 82.1 pass rush grade Sunday. He also recorded a team high 9 pressures against the Lions with 1 hit and 8 hurries. Eric Armstead, um, a lightweight
Beast.
beastie game. I mean, look, we all know what it is. It's the talent around him. Um,
Notice how
but
everything stepped
beastie
up when
game.
you had Ford and Bosa.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
know, you got
What,
those two.
what, what we saw is what the D line is built to be. That's what we
Yeah.
saw Sunday. Um, Now on to big props to Contavious Street, who I felt played real well, at least
Yep.
pass rush
Him
wise.
and Jones. Yeah.
He
They were really
struggled in
good.
the run game, but I believe that he had a great game pass rushing and got his first career sack. Nick Bosa, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. You don't know how many times on Sunday I screamed, Bosa! It was so good to see
Not
number
quite full
97.
Bosa, but he was good. He was. You could tell he's working to it.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, 5 pressures, 1 sacks, 2 hits, 2 hurries, as well as 3 1 snaps on 51 snaps. He got his first sack since this must be a regular season sack since December 15th of 2019 versus the Atlanta Falcons. Um, Welcome back, number 97, and D Ford with his first sack since November 17th, 2019 against Arizona. He had 5 pressures, 1 sacks, 4 hurries. Um, Welcome back, Mr. D Ford and Nick Bosa.
Yeah,
Now, I do believe we have to clarify it. That run game was that run defense was atrocious.
yeah.
We could not have that be happening. Javon Kinlaw, your knees mysteriously going to feel a lot better. I hope this week.
Start taking them injections.
Yeah, do whatever you got to give because that run D was atrocious.
Yeah,
We
as good
can't
as
expect.
Jones and Street was in the pass rush, they were that bad in the rushing game. They're like the opposite of
Yeah,
Glinchey. You're really good on one side, and he's just we don't have that monster in the middle to plug holes like without Kinlaw.
I mean, Jason, you and I could have ran through those holes.
Yeah, my big butt could have got in there.
Yeah, I mean that was just. Look, I'm not going to harp on it too long because we know what this is what happens in the wide nine. You're susceptible to runs
Yep.
up the gut. So this is just the defense's weakness, what we knew. But as we get to teams, especially in the division, the Yams, Green Bay, who let's hope they win next week because if Green Bay comes into to lead the Field of Genes 0-2, I don't want to play a pissed off 0-2 Aaron Rodgers.
I don't
Um,
know. He seems pretty mopey at this point. Trust me. I think he wants to go do Jeopardy. I honestly believe it because they don't have a host for Jeopardy. If they offered it right now, he bounce. I really do. But with the way he looks like he's playing right now, given that, he bounce.
I have to ask. Like, obviously, my whole thing is always with Aaron Rodgers is, look, did the Niners make the wrong pick? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll argue till I'm blue in the face that what with the however what was it like 7 offensive coordinators in 8 years and
Yeah.
all that craziness that Alex Smith went through. I don't know. I don't know how many quarterbacks could have made it. And came on the other side of that smelling the roses.
He wouldn't.
So fine. But yeah, clearly talent wise, the Niners made the right pick. But considering, is Aaron Rodgers really like? I don't want to say like he's not worth the headache, but like it's not all roses with Aaron Rodgers as everybody thinks. And look, I understand his gripe. I ultimately understand his gripe, which is, hey, look, draft me receiver help, draft me receiver help, draft me receiver help, and everything like that. But let's not act that one of the biggest underrated factors of the reason why Tom Brady has won 7 championships is because he's always willing to take under market value so that he can have a better team built around him.
I
And
think he's
ultimately,
given up almost $75 million in his career to
yeah.
put the people around him.
And so ultimately, that's why I do believe that Aaron Rodgers will end his career with only 1 championship. Because ultimately, I do believe it will be because he's not willing to take less money. So therefore, they can't build a better team around him.
Yeah.
Not
He's also just moody as fuck. When Aaron Rodgers has his confidence to him, there's nobody better by far. He's easily the best in the league when he's confident and he's got everything rolling for him. But kind of like he reminds me like he's like a killer Witherspoon.
yeah.
When he's confident, there's nothing better. But when that confidence level drops, it's completely obvious that he's useless to be on the field almost. And you can
You
tell
know,
by the way he was sitting on the bench and everything during that game. He
he'll
didn't
check
give a shit.
out. He'll check out of a game. He'll
Oh yeah.
he'll check out. That NFC Championship game, I saw it in his eyes live. I was there. I
He
saw it in
was
his
checked
eyes.
out by the
He
halfway through the
was,
second.
yeah, he was not trying to.
No.
He was not trying to be there. He was not trying to. The worst was the regular season game. I think. The regular season game, he was not trying to be there at all.
Yeah.
And so to me, Aaron Rodgers is like a hot girlfriend. You love it. They look great in pictures. They look great naked. All that stuff. But you know what? You're gonna deal with the headache. You're gonna deal with a little bit of attitude. and you're going to deal with the fact that they know that if you leave them, that they won't be
Someone
on the
else is
market for
swooping.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so because if the Packers cut Aaron Rodgers right now, 32 teams are calling his agent. 31 teams are calling his agent.
Yeah.
Even the Niners. You just got to make that phone call.
Yeah. Well, the wife read an article because obviously she's a cheesehead to where they were
Yeah.
talking about a midseason trade for Drew Lock and probably a couple draft picks for Rodgers. I mean, to the Broncos. I'm like, well, he was linked to the Broncos early in this off or most of the offseason, so why not? What the
They need a
Broncos got to lose?
quarterback. My whole thing about it is this. It's that you know what. Um, let's see if they are indeed go 0-3 or they're 1-2. Let's say they do win next week, but then they do what I think we're all thinking they're going to do and lose to the Niners, and they're 1-2. And it's starting to look like, and the season starts to go in the tank. And it is that yeah, I would trade Aaron Rodgers.
Well, especially if he's going to give it this same bullshit attitude.
Yeah. I would trade. Honestly, truthfully, now look, I'm not. I'm actually a Whackers hater. And everything like that. But honestly, truthfully, I think they should have traded him this offseason.
Oh yeah, they should have.
I think they should have traded him this. Fine, I'm all for keeping him last year.
Yeah, but this season should have been
But
happening. They should have moved on.
They should have moved on. And you know what? You tell your fan base, hey, look, we got what two ones or whatever they would have got from Aaron Rodgers.
You got a handful.
My whole thing is now I know that Josh, you and I discussed it on the pre-draft, how the three of us were, hey, you take the younger quarterback, and not necessarily that we wanted the team to trade for Aaron Rodgers. Not necessarily. We were all like, hey, draft a younger quarterback.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have been mad at it.
No.
Look, I'll believe this. Trading for Aaron Rodgers would have gave us a better chance to win the Super Bowl this year than Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, just talent-wise, yeah.
Yeah, but I believe that Trey Lance gives us a better chance of winning the Super Bowl 2022 and beyond. I believe. But no, this year, no.
This year, he would have.
Yeah, to win the Super Bowl this year, trading for Aaron Rodgers would have gave us the best chance to win the Super Bowl this year.
We would have just drafted somebody later in the
Yeah, clearly.
We could have got what's his name, Ellinger from Texas, Kellen
Mond.
Mond. Yeah, Kellen Mond. Yeah, there was a couple guys out there that went late that we could have picked up.
Maybe even traded back into the first and got Mac Jones. I mean, I highly doubt we would have done that, but it would have been a possibility.
I would say no, only because the Pats wanted him. I knew the Pats.
Yeah.
So unless we were going to trade the Pats for something like maybe Jimmy.
We'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up after this. But I've always been curious, is how much if we would have been able, because the rumor was we didn't trade up straight up to 3. We tried to trade up to, I believe, 9 or 8.
Yeah.
Was the first one. How much of trading? I wonder how much of a scenario it was. Hey, look, we'll trade up to 9 and get Mac Jones, right? And then realizing that it wasn't going to happen, or fine, have to move up. And then how much of it was once we realized, okay, hey, we could get up to 3, then Mac Jones was scrapped.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that is, because I'm not sold on that. It was, I think what happened is, I think entering the offseason, I think Kyle wanted Mac Jones. And I think then Kyle was convinced of Trey Lance by watching film and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe going into the offseason that you could say, okay, fine, Matthew Stafford or whatever, a veteran quarterback was number 1. And that if Kyle was like, if we have to go the draft route, I believe it was Mac Jones first. And then Kyle was convinced. Oh shit, accidentally muted you there, bruh. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and run our commercial. and then we'll. Or you know what? No, we already ran a commercial. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Jason, tell the people how they can subscribe to us via on Twitch.
All right, so on Twitch, if you have an Amazon Prime, you get one free sub a month to any Twitch member. Obviously, you should probably use that on us, and it is a free sub. You do have to resub every month, but it's a free sub that you get to do to anybody. If you want to do it the old-fashioned way and just pay cash, because TJ still dances for cash. This is September, so everything is. I think their subs are off. I think it's 75%. So be a good month. If you want to use cash and not see TJ do this on stream, go ahead and do
I'm
it that
telling
way.
you, y'all don't want to see any more of this. And you know what just popped in my head right now when I was doing that? You remember that old school? Y'all might not remember this, but I might only be here in the Bay Area. Where it was this old school jewelry commercial or something like that. But they would go, "I'm a credit man. I'm a credit man." Anyway, that's what I kind of got reminded of. I'm a credit man.
It
All
must be
right.
a Bay thing.
Yeah, it probably was just a Bay thing. When I start singing, it's probably about time to end the show. So we want to thank everybody for listening to the end of the show. The code for 10% off of all designs from Faithful, for the Faithful, by the Faithful is Bird Hunter. That's BIRDH. Where to go? Okay, yeah.
HUNTER.
Yeah, BIRDHUNTER. And that will get you 10% off of all designs at For the Faithful, by the Faithful via NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop. The 10% excludes all sale items, but we don't have anything on sale, so that doesn't really matter. Get your officially licensed Niner gear by using our affiliate link. It saves you 10%, and it really does help out the show. The link is available in the description of this podcast or video. Also, you can see the link scrolling across the screen right there. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio to, yes, I know we are always faithful, Victor. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio, all one word, to save on all your concert, theater, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can find this show. And make sure to follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and on Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Jason does a legendary job doing that for us. Also, Berg Hunter is two separate words. Anything else you want to add, Jason?
Now we move on to the Eagles. We got all these injuries, or not all these injuries, but a couple of injuries. We lost guys for the season, but they come in positions to where we drafted very well. So next man up, and let's see how these picks do now.
Almost
don't
like
sleep on the Eagles. The Eagles played pretty good this week, so don't sleep on them.
Look, I'll put it you this way. I've seen some bad Niner losses in Philadelphia before. I've been traumatized by some bad Niner losses up in Philadelphia to take them lightly. Look, let's be real, and of course we will be Friday, Jason. Same faithful time, same faithful channel. Friday.
Always.
Okay. So Jason and I will be getting together Friday, and we'll go ahead and preview the Eagles game. But come on, I mean, we do believe the Niners should be 2-0. But yeah, we definitely should not be walking in with our dicks hard, ready to go. We got to be crack-a-lacking, booty smacking. All right, y'all. We shall see y'all next week for Super Duper Moderator Kim, Jamie, Jimmy, Jason, and myself. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to the show. We shall see y'all next Friday. Same faithful time, same faithful channel. Till then, faith, love, and happiness.
Malo.
Go Niners.
Montana steps up, throws.
Twitch.tv/9faithfulradio.
Oh, wait. Take care, brothers. Of course, you too, Vic. We'll see you Friday, bro.
Be well, man.